And good afternoon, Miss. My name is Vanessa Ceballos, and I'm going to start talking about the company information, IPNA. Okay, I'm going to start showing my screen. Okay, let's start. Talking about IPNA's history, it was founded on June 2 June 2nd in 1938 by a distinguished Peruvian and American writers, intellectuals, and scientists. No, there were many personalities who were part of this project, such as Manuel Retroy, Estuardo Núñez, José Basadre, Luis Balcarce, Julio Tello, between other personalities that were very important here, all related to art, science, and culture. Then, it is also important to mention that um, IPNA began its activities with just 3 students and 2 teachers in a small place in Calle Pando, in the center of Lima. Since that time, IPNA has understood the value of English, American English, as one of the most spoken languages in the world, also training dozens of a generation of Peruvians who have achieved international goals. What's more, in 2019, IPNA celebrated 81 years of institutional life, preserving the values and ideals of its foundation. Rose Linkins, the United States ambassador in Peru at this time, stated that the institution had managed to become the largest binational center in the world. Okay, now let's move to the vision and mission of the company. Okay, now we have more company information about vision, mission, values, and economic indicators. Okay, so let's start talking about the vision of IPNA. IPNA's vision is to be the leading binational center at the global level in providing cultural and educational services to the community with excellence, innovation, and warmth, committed to the development of our students and collaborators. Okay, so then talking about mission, IPNA's mission is to distribute the development of the community, promoting cultural exchange between people and the United States of America through the language teaching, international service, and network libraries, and the dissemination of cultural activities with quality services and the commitment of local collaborations to provide customers satisfaction, innovation, and process efficiency. Okay, so now let's talk about the values of IPNA. Okay, let's start talking about first respect. The associates and workers of the association base their coexistence in and daily work on respect for each other and for customers. In this case, there are the students. Differences of opinion, they are always there, but they are respected, but only if they follow the association's game rules and do not harm the rights of others. Now, obviously, there's gonna be always like differences. So you're not going to think the same as the other worker or anything like that. But as soon as you respect the other, there is no problem. Obviously, they always be like that. Then, talking about responsibility, the association workers of the association make decisions and carry out activities according to the institutional agreement. What's more, they assume that the consequence of those actions will allow to provide effective and quality services to the clients and the community. And now let's continue talking about solidarity. It is the collaboration between the association and the workers of the association, reflecting in helping without the intention of receiving something in return. Okay, let's continue with honesty. It's virtue of the associates and workers of the association. It reflected in the practice of the truth and transparency on the provision and services and the work of the association. And finally, we have loyalty. Loyalty is the permanent devotion of fidelity, of loyalty of the association and the workers to the association, through which they committed to the association in the good and in the bad moments. Okay. Now let's talk about the economic indicators that we have some trouble here, but because of the privacy policy, we weren't able to find all the information about the economic indicators at IPNA. And nevertheless, what we could get is that in 2019, IPNA got approximately like 900,000 students with a monthly average of 75,000 students per month. No, but next year they are aiming to exceed 1 million students in the whole year. What's more, Rafael Izaga, who is now the general manager of IPNA, in a recent interview has said that they are willing to open a new branch in Lima Norte, nearly another sector because of the huge quantity of students who enroll in that particular sector of Lima. Last year, it were in, well, actually this year in summer, there were from 18,000 to 19,000 students in just one branch, that was Lima Norte. And he also mentioned that they are going to invest between $8 to $10 million in order to have everything ready to start classes and to increase the number of students who enroll in this branch from approximately, from like in this year, in the summer of this year, was from 18 to 19,000 students. Now for the next year, they expect like 24,000 students because they're gonna like build another building. They're gonna increase classes and everything related to the classrooms. Now, I'm gonna stop sharing here. Okay, now let's talk about the control system that IBNA has. Okay, I'm gonna start sharing my screen so you can see. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna talk about the control system, as you can see. Now, let's start by saying that IBNA has placed cameras in all their classroom. It isn't done because they want to control the employees. If not, it's done because they want to check if they want to check if the classroom is working, or if the teachers are monitoring their students in each activity and all of that. Moreover, there are always some problems with the students who complain about their grades, no, or their issues. So cameras are necessary to check who is telling the truth and who is not. So many students tell that the administrative department that the teacher hasn't explained something, or that they did not deserve the grade they received. So in order to protect teachers from possible problems, cameras can help to avoid that. Also, furthermore, cameras are important, especially on evaluations days, since sometimes students try to take pictures on the final exam, and that's prohibited, no? So in these days, cameras are also very helpful. Now, what's more, there also have been many cases. There have been many cases in which a teacher has lost the exams because they were distracted or something like that, and or students took them. Now, there has also been many cases like that. So in these cases, teachers get punished and they are suspended for 1 day, and they don't get paid that day. Plus the fact that they also get a memo. So the day IBNA control the most everything with cameras is the days of the exams, right? The final exams mostly. And moreover, IBNA has a login systems. Employees are given the username and password when they start working there, in order to get connected to ensure that they are already working. You know, when they enter to the classroom, they have to put the username, to type the username, the password, and they log in. And so that's the way how the coaches or the supervisors know that the teacher is already in the classroom and is already with the student and lose some time. No? And the username and the password, as I said before, are given to the employees once they start working. And nevertheless, there are also sometimes like some kind of technical problems with the login. And those cases, employees should call the technician in order to fix that problems. Technicians also are always there working in the branches in case of any problem, any emergency, that they're also common, no? In the case of new employees, the first 6 months, they are supervised by their coaches who actually help them to improve, right? These supervisors are changed. Go to check the teachers twice a month approximately. The first one that they go to observe the teachers, they just go to observe, no, and to say that if they are doing well, what they need to improve, just like let's observe and give them feedback in how they can improve. And the second one is the evaluated one, because you teachers were supposed to apply the previous knowledge that a supervisor or the coach gave to them. So that's why the second one is the evaluative, and the first one is just the observative session of the observation class. Okay, now I'm going to stop sharing because I'm going to start talking about improvement of quality life. So, okay, so I'm going to start sharing again to start talking about improvement of quality life between the employees of IBNA. Okay, let's start. And I have to share my next. There it is. Okay, let's start. IBNA also takes into consideration their employees' participation when they make an important decision. It is more obvious when it comes to the academic part, since teachers are called to participate there. And it is not mandatory, but they can go to express their opinions about what they feel. what they think that IBNA is doing wrong, what they think that can be improved. No? Moreover, in most cases, if IBNA agrees with the employees' participation and opinion, they can change what the employees feel that they are doing wrong, right? In addition to that, IBNA also worries about the personal development of their employees, since they offer teachers who don't have a degree to study, not a degree for studies, or not only the bachelor's degree, but also the master's degree. Maybe they have studied at the university, but they don't have a master's. So IBNA has alliances, key alliances, no, with UCL, UPM, Villarreal, no, and many other universities to help their employees go further and develop their skills and grow professionally. They have like some discounts in order to help them to continue with their studies, to start maybe their university studies, or maybe to complete their master's degree, or something that they really, IBNA really wants their employees to grow professionally. They want them to feel good. So that's why they do that, right? And also they also take into consideration when the work schedule, they like have a very flexible work schedule in order to let their employees to work and study at the same time, because they also know that it's hard, right? So that's something, a good point for IBNA, right? Okay, so furthermore, IBNA works very hard to create a dedicated environment for the employees. They always try to make employees feel relaxed and comfortable with their work. Also, as I mentioned before about the number of classes on the flexible schedule, now IBNA tries to avoid stress in employees by providing them a maximum of 4 classes, right? Because then boys starts to bother because you're speaking many hours during the day. So that's something that is like a kind of issue for some teachers, right? So there are only few teachers who are given like more than 4 classes, maybe 5 classes or something, because those are some special cases from teachers who have family and who really need to work a little bit than they should, no? So they go to the administrative office, they go to the mentor's office, and they start talking about their personal case. No, okay, so I know you have, I don't know, 5 children, 6 children, I don't know, because it also gave them a bonus for per children up to 3 children, a 300 solid bonus, as far as I know. But also sometimes it is not enough. Maybe there's children like at the university and they have to present like evidence that they really need to work more than they should. So in those cases, they're giving more than 4 classes. They're giving like 5 classes, maybe on Saturdays they also work one more class and all of that. But only if they really need it, no, because they know that it's hard to work those large amounts of hours. More if you are standing up, you're talking all the time, you have to deal also all the time with people, and that's hard work. So they are only, IBNA also tries to keep their employees not stressed. They want to keep them, that they feel good with their work. No, they're not overstressed with all of that. Okay, so that's all my part for today. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you liked my presentation. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing here and I'm gonna close the Zoom session. I'm gonna stop. Thank you, Miss.